Part 1. Captivating Introduction and Defining Reverse Thinking. Opening Story. An unexpected solution that changed everything. Imagine a young entrepreneur facing the brink of bankruptcy. Traditional solutions like borrowing money or cutting costs weren't enough. Instead, he chose a path no one considered. He partnered with his fiercest competitor. This unexpected move transformed both their businesses into industry leaders. This is the power of reverse thinking, challenging the obvious, redefining what's possible, and using unconventional methods to open new doors in life. Reverse thinking, or two douay angwak, encourages us to break free from habitual patterns and embrace new perspectives. In today's fast-paced, highly competitive world, finding unique and effective solutions is often the key to not only survival but also thriving. In this part, we'll explore the core of reverse thinking, its philosophical roots, and why it matters in our personal and professional lives. Understanding reverse thinking, going against the grain. Reverse thinking involves deliberately flipping our usual perspective on a problem to uncover hidden solutions. While conventional approaches lead us to predictable outcomes, reverse thinking opens up possibilities that are often overlooked. Example: consider a crowded job market where everyone follows the same job application process, submitting resumes, writing cover letters, and waiting. Now, think of a job seeker who stands out by creating a compelling project or directly addressing a company's unique challenge in a creative way. By using reverse thinking, this individual disrupts expectations, showing both initiative and innovation. Reverse thinking is rooted in the ability to question assumptions and to see the world from perspectives that others dismiss or overlook. This approach has parallels in Buddhism and other spiritual philosophies, where wisdom often emerges from letting go of preconceived notions and attachments to fixed ways of being. Buddhist teachings encourage mindfulness and awareness, qualities essential for practicing reverse thinking. Philosophical foundations of reverse thinking in Buddhism. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of perceiving reality without distortion. To see things clearly, we must challenge our ingrained mental habits and biases. This mirrors the essence of reverse thinking, which breaks free from the default settings of our minds. Concept of impermanence. Anicca, everything changes, and nothing remains constant. When we accept this, we become more adaptable and open to new approaches. In problem solving, reverse thinking thrives on recognizing the fluid nature of situations and embracing change. Embracing non-attachment. By not clinging to specific outcomes or expectations, we can more freely explore alternative solutions. This aligns with the core of reverse thinking, where breaking away from fixed norms enables us to see beyond conventional limits. Why reverse thinking is crucial today. In a rapidly changing world, traditional paths often lead to predictable results and stagnation. Reverse thinking is a tool to break through limitations, especially in complex and competitive environments. Here's why it matters. It fosters creativity and innovation. By challenging norms, we unlock creative potential, discovering new ways to solve problems that may otherwise seem insurmountable. It enhances flexibility and adaptability. Reverse thinkers can quickly pivot when circumstances change, making them resilient in the face of uncertainty. It promotes breakthroughs. Many groundbreaking inventions and ideas come from challenging established norms. Reverse thinking enables us to see hidden opportunities in challenges, illustrating the concept through a simple exercise. Let's try an exercise. Think about a problem you're currently facing. Maybe it's a work challenge or a relationship issue. Now, instead of focusing on what you can't do, think about what you wouldn't normally do to solve it. How does this shift your perspective? Perhaps a surprising solution emerges, one that wouldn't be possible if you followed the usual route. Conclusion of Part 1. Reverse thinking is not about blindly opposing the norm for the sake of it. Rather, it's about developing the habit of looking beyond surface-level solutions to discover the hidden depths of opportunity. In the next sections, we'll explore real-life examples and stories that demonstrate how reverse thinking has transformed lives, opened new doors, and helped individuals overcome even the most difficult obstacles. Stay tuned for practical insights, engaging stories, and lessons to help you harness the power of reverse thinking in your life. Part 2. Benefits and core principles of reverse thinking. The hidden power behind reverse thinking. Unleashing creativity and problem solving. Reverse thinking is more than just a clever strategy. It's a transformative way of viewing the world. By stepping out of our mental comfort zones and challenging the norm, we open ourselves to new perspectives, innovative solutions, and hidden opportunities. In this section, we'll delve into the benefits and core principles that make reverse thinking a vital skill in navigating the complexities of life. 1. Cultivating flexibility and adaptability. The modern world is characterized by constant change, uncertainty, and challenges that demand rapid adaptation. Those who can quickly shift their perspectives often find themselves better equipped to handle the unexpected. Example: picture a business facing financial losses. While a traditional approach might involve cost-cutting measures, a reverse thinker could consider expanding into new markets, creating alliances, or even investing in areas that others overlook. By viewing challenges as opportunities, reverse thinkers can pivot effectively, staying ahead of the curve. Buddhist insight. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence, anicca, teaches that change is inevitable. By embracing this truth, practitioners develop mental flexibility and resilience. This same openness to change is key to reverse thinking, allowing us to navigate shifts without fear. 2. Enhancing creative problem-solving skills. Creativity flourishes when we break away from established norms. Reverse thinking encourages us to challenge assumptions, explore unconventional solutions, and approach problems from different angles. Case study: the tomato seller story. A wealthy man visits a market and, instead of accepting the seller's terms, employs a clever tactic to get what he wants at a better price. His approach reveals that thinking creatively and disrupting the rules can lead to better outcomes. This story demonstrates how reverse thinking often defies conventional wisdom and opens the door to more effective solutions. Practical tip: to cultivate creativity, regularly ask yourself, what if I did the opposite of what everyone expects? This simple exercise can spark innovative ideas and help you approach problems in new ways. 3. Breaking free from conventional constraints. Many of us become trapped by societal norms, expectations, and tried-and-true methods. Reverse thinking challenges these constraints, encouraging us to explore new paths. Example: the Wi-Fi security solution. A man worried about home security came up with a reverse thinking approach. He offered free Wi-Fi in front of his house. This attracted people, creating a natural deterrent against potential thieves. His unconventional solution was effective precisely because it challenged traditional security methods. Philosophical connection. In Buddhist practice, the idea of non-attachment teaches us to let go of rigid expectations and embrace what comes. Similarly, reverse thinking asks us to abandon our attachment to safe or predictable solutions in favor of more creative paths. 4. Overcoming obstacles with a fresh perspective. Obstacles can seem insurmountable when we view them through a narrow lens. Reverse thinking provides a new lens, transforming challenges into opportunities and revealing paths that might have been invisible before. Example: Mandela's act of forgiveness. Nelson Mandela, upon being released from prison, invited his former guards to his inauguration as a sign of respect. Instead of harboring resentment, he chose a path of reconciliation, embodying the essence of reverse thinking. This powerful act transformed relationships, broke barriers, and inspired millions around the world. 5. Encouraging risk-taking and courage. Reverse thinking requires a willingness to venture into the unknown, take risks, and defy expectations. While this can be daunting, it often leads to groundbreaking innovations and life-changing decisions. Real-life story: the chicken and fish scheme. A fish pond owner used a reverse strategy to attract customers by promising a chicken as a consolation prize if they failed to catch fish. This clever twist increased customer participation and highlighted the importance of viewing problems from a different angle. It required taking a calculated risk that paid off by transforming a mundane business model into a thriving enterprise. Key principles of reverse thinking: challenge assumptions, Every problem is built on a set of assumptions. By questioning and challenging these assumptions, we can uncover hidden opportunities. Think beyond norms. True innovation comes when we step outside the boundaries of conventional wisdom and explore uncharted territory. Embrace uncertainty. The best reverse thinkers are comfortable with ambiguity and willing to take risks to achieve extraordinary results. Seek the opposite perspective. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, what would happen if I did the exact opposite? This exercise often reveals surprising solutions. Practice mindful reflection. Reverse thinking requires awareness and mindfulness. Take time to reflect, question, and challenge your habitual thought patterns. Practical exercise. Applying reverse thinking in your life. Think about a persistent challenge you're facing. Write down the conventional ways you've tried to address it. Now, list 3 reverse or unconventional approaches that go against the norm. Consider how these alternatives might reveal new paths forward. Conclusion of Part 2. Reverse thinking isn't just a strategy, it's a way of life that encourages creativity, flexibility, and resilience. By challenging norms and viewing problems through a new lens, we unlock our full potential and transform obstacles into stepping stones. In the following sections, we'll explore even more stories and practical applications that illustrate the transformative power of reverse thinking. Stay tuned for real-life examples and practical lessons to guide you on this journey. Part 3. Stories and examples highlighting reverse thinking. Real-life illustrations of reverse thinking in action. Stories have a unique power to illustrate concepts and provide relatable examples that resonate deeply. In this section, we'll explore a series of real-life stories that showcase the transformative power of reverse thinking. These examples will highlight how unconventional approaches can turn challenges into opportunities, break through barriers, and create lasting change. 1. The Wealthy Man and the Tomato Seller. The Art of Negotiation Through Reverse Thinking. This story revolves around a wealthy man who visits a market to buy tomatoes. Instead of accepting the seller's standard price, he employs a unique tactic. He first selects 2 small tomatoes and then places a larger one on the scale. When the seller raises the price, the man calmly removes the larger tomato, pays for the smaller ones, and leaves with a smile. This seemingly simple act illustrates the power of strategic thinking and challenging the norms of negotiation. The wealthy man's approach disrupted expectations and gave him control of the situation. Lesson. This example teaches us to think beyond traditional negotiation tactics and seek creative, unexpected approaches to achieving our goals. It also underscores the importance of maintaining composure in challenging situations. 2. The Home Security Solution. Free Wi-Fi as a deterrent. A man living in a neighborhood prone to theft decided to use reverse thinking for home security. Instead of investing in expensive security systems, he offered free Wi-Fi access outside his home. This clever tactic attracted people to linger around his house, deterring potential thieves simply by increasing public presence. What appeared counterintuitive at first became an innovative and cost-effective solution. Lesson. This story highlights the value of approaching problems from unconventional angles and finding solutions that others might overlook. It shows that sometimes, less conventional methods can be more effective than traditional approaches. 3. The Fishing Pond Owner's Reverse Strategy, Turning Failure into Reward. In another example, a fishing pond owner faced a challenge. Visitors often left disappointed because they couldn't catch any fish. Instead of losing customers, he implemented a unique incentive. Anyone who failed to catch a fish would receive a free chicken. This strategy transformed the pond's reputation. People flocked to try their luck, and the owner's business thrived. What began as a potential setback became a success story through reverse thinking. Lesson. By shifting perspectives and turning potential losses into incentives, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and success. This story encourages us to explore creative solutions and reframe challenges. 4. Nelson Mandela's Forgiveness, Turning Hatred into a Tool for Change. When Nelson Mandela was released after 27 years in prison, he chose a path of reconciliation rather than revenge. He invited the prison guards who had mistreated him to his inauguration as president. This act of forgiveness was a profound example of reverse thinking, transforming personal pain into a symbol of unity and healing. Mandela's actions demonstrated the power of letting go of hatred and using compassion to break the cycle of resentment. Lesson: reverse thinking often involves transforming negative emotions and experiences into opportunities for growth, healing, and positive change. It challenges us to rise above our circumstances and act from a place of wisdom and compassion. 5. The old man and the noisy children. Finding peace through unconventional means. An elderly man enjoyed a quiet life, but children often played noisily near his home, disturbing his peace. Instead of confronting them directly, he devised a clever plan. He rewarded the children with candy for playing near his house, making them think they were helping. Over time, he gradually reduced the rewards until he stopped altogether. The children, feeling unappreciated, left on their own. Through reverse thinking, the old man regained his peace without conflict. Lesson: this story demonstrates how understanding human behavior and reversing expectations can lead to effective conflict resolution. It reminds us to approach challenges with creativity and patience. 6. The chicken and fish conundrum. Reverse incentives for customer engagement. A buffet restaurant struggled with customers wasting food, leading to financial losses. Initially, the restaurant imposed penalties for wasting food, but this only worsened customer dissatisfaction. Instead, the management used reverse thinking. They increased prices slightly but offered discounts to those who didn't waste food. The results were astounding. Customers became more conscious of their consumption, and business improved significantly. Lesson: reverse thinking often involves changing the narrative and transforming problems into incentives. This story emphasizes the importance of understanding customer psychology and leveraging it to achieve desired outcomes. 7. The young programmer and the job market challenge. Reverse thinking for career success. A 34-year-old programmer faced rejection after rejection in job interviews. Employers saw him as overqualified or unwilling to adapt. Instead of giving up, he used reverse thinking. He stopped applying for traditional roles and instead created a niche by offering specialized consulting services. Over time, his unique skills became highly sought after, and he built a thriving career. Lesson: when faced with setbacks, reverse thinking encourages us to change direction, find new opportunities, and redefine our value. This story illustrates the power of perseverance and adaptation in the face of adversity. 8. Tu Ma Kuang and the water jar. A historical example of quick thinking. In ancient China, a boy named Tu Ma Kuang saved a friend trapped in a water jar by breaking it open with a stone, rather than attempting a traditional rescue. His quick thinking exemplified reverse thinking at its finest, seeing beyond the obvious and taking decisive action. Lesson: this historical example reminds us that sometimes unconventional solutions are the quickest and most effective way to solve problems. It encourages us to break free from rigid thinking and act with courage. Conclusion of Part 3. These stories illustrate how reverse thinking can transform everyday challenges into opportunities for growth, success, and positive change. By challenging conventional wisdom, breaking patterns, and embracing creativity, we can find solutions that others overlook. In the next section, we'll explore practical steps for developing reverse thinking skills and how you can apply them to your own life for transformative results. Stay tuned for more insights and practical exercises to help you master this powerful mindset. Part 4. Practical steps for developing reverse thinking skills. The path to developing a reverse thinking mindset. Reverse thinking is not just a skill. It's a mindset that can be cultivated through practice, self-awareness, and intentional shifts in perspective. This section outlines practical steps and exercises to help you harness the power of reverse thinking and apply it to real-life challenges, leading to innovative solutions and personal growth. 1. Cultivate an open and curious mindset. The first step in developing reverse thinking is cultivating an open and curious approach to life. This involves questioning assumptions, challenging norms, and being willing to explore the unknown. Exercise: make it a habit to ask why and why not about the decisions you make and the situations you encounter. For example, If you're told a project needs to be done in a particular way, ask, why is this the only approach? And why not try an alternative method? Buddhist connection. In Buddhism, mindfulness involves observing without judgment and maintaining a beginner's mind that is open to new perspectives. This mindset encourages flexibility and openness to change. Key elements of reverse thinking. 2. Practice challenging assumptions. Every problem and challenge is built on a set of assumptions. Reverse thinking begins by questioning these assumptions and flipping them to reveal new possibilities. Example: if a company faces declining sales, the assumption might be that more aggressive marketing is needed. By challenging this assumption and exploring other factors, such as product design or customer experience, new strategies may emerge. Exercise. Take a problem you're facing and list the underlying assumptions. For each assumption, ask, what if the opposite were true? This process can open up fresh perspectives and solutions. 3. Think like an outsider. Sometimes, our familiarity with a problem makes it difficult to see alternative solutions. Reverse thinking often requires adopting the perspective of someone with a fresh or different viewpoint. Exercise. Imagine you are a complete outsider with no preconceived notions about your current challenge. How would you approach it differently? Alternatively, seek feedback from someone outside your field of expertise. They may offer insights you hadn't considered. Example: companies often hire consultants to bring an outsider's perspective and challenge internal thinking patterns. This can lead to breakthroughs that would have been difficult to achieve internally. 4. Use the reverse question technique. A powerful tool in reverse thinking is to ask questions that invert the problem or challenge. This shifts your focus and uncovers hidden opportunities. Example: instead of asking, how can we attract more customers? Ask, how can we reduce the number of customers who leave? This subtle change in perspective can lead to different, often more effective, strategies. Exercise. Practice reframing questions in reverse. Take a problem and write down the opposite of what you would normally ask. Explore solutions based on this new question. 5. Embrace non-traditional solutions. Reverse thinking often involves taking paths that are unconventional, unexpected, or even counterintuitive. This requires the courage to break away from established norms. Example: consider a company that deliberately raises the prices of a struggling product to create the perception of higher value, leading to increased sales. While counterintuitive, such strategies can sometimes produce remarkable results. Exercise. Identify a situation where traditional methods have failed or stagnated. Brainstorm unconventional solutions and consider experimenting with the most promising ideas, even if they seem risky or counterintuitive. 6. Break down the problem into smaller components. Complex problems can seem overwhelming, making it difficult to think creatively. By breaking down the issue into smaller parts, you can approach each component with reverse thinking. Exercise. Divide a challenge into its individual elements. Apply reverse thinking to each part, asking, how can I approach this differently? This method often reveals solutions that would be hidden if you only focused on the problem as a whole. Example: a business struggling with logistics might focus on individual aspects such as inventory management, delivery routes, and customer preferences, finding innovative solutions for each. 7. Practice mindful reflection and detachment. Detachment from fixed outcomes allows for greater mental flexibility and creative freedom. Mindful reflection helps us observe our thoughts and biases without becoming attached to them. Exercise. Take time to meditate or reflect on a challenge you're facing. Notice any mental barriers or preconceived notions that arise. By acknowledging and releasing these, you can approach the issue with fresh eyes. Buddhist insight. Practicing mindfulness and detachment aligns with the Buddhist concept of non-attachment. When we let go of rigid expectations, we become open to exploring new possibilities without fear or constraint. 8. Experiment and learn from failure. Reverse thinking requires a willingness to experiment and take risks. Not every unconventional approach will work, but each attempt provides valuable insights. Example: Thomas Edison famously failed thousands of times before perfecting the electric light bulb. His approach exemplified reverse thinking. each failure was seen as a step toward success, not a setback. Exercise. Adopt a fail-forward mindset. View each experiment as a learning opportunity. Regardless of the outcome, reflect on what worked, what didn't, and how you can adjust your approach for future attempts. 9. Collaborate with diverse perspectives. Engaging with people from different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives fosters creativity and enhances reverse thinking. Diverse teams often produce more innovative solutions. Exercise. Seek input from people who approach problems differently than you do. Brainstorm solutions together, encouraging open-mindedness and the exploration of unconventional ideas. Example: multidisciplinary teams and organizations often generate breakthroughs by combining diverse perspectives and skill sets. 10. Reflect and adjust regularly. Reverse thinking is a continuous process that requires reflection and adaptation. By regularly assessing your progress and adjusting your approach, you can continue to develop this powerful mindset. Exercise. Set aside time each week to reflect on challenges you faced and how you applied reverse thinking. What worked? What didn't? How can you improve for next time? Conclusion of Part 4. Developing a reverse thinking mindset takes practice, patience, and the courage to challenge the status quo. By cultivating an open mind, questioning assumptions, and embracing unconventional solutions, you can unlock new possibilities and transform even the most difficult challenges. In the next section, we'll explore how to apply these principles to specific areas of your life and share more inspiring stories of transformation. Stay tuned for more practical applications and examples that will help you master the art of reverse thinking. Part 5. Overcoming obstacles with reverse thinking. Turning challenges into opportunities with reverse thinking. Life often presents us with obstacles that seem insurmountable. Whether it's a career setback, a relationship challenge, or a personal struggle, we can feel trapped by the limitations of our situation. Reverse thinking offers a powerful tool to transform these challenges into opportunities for growth, success, and fulfillment. In this section, we'll explore how reverse thinking can be applied to specific obstacles, providing practical steps and real-life examples to inspire and guide you. 1. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. One of the key elements of reverse thinking is reframing challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, we can see them as opportunities to grow, learn, and evolve. Example: a young entrepreneur faces rejection after pitching their business idea to multiple investors. Rather than seeing each rejection as a failure, they use the feedback to refine their pitch and strengthen their business model. Eventually, this leads to a successful investment round. By viewing rejection as a chance to improve, they turn a setback into a stepping stone. Exercise. The next time you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can this experience make me stronger? This mindset shift is a cornerstone of reverse thinking. 2. Transforming negative emotions into positive actions. Emotions such as anger, frustration, and disappointment can be overwhelming. Reverse thinking helps us channel these emotions into positive, constructive actions. Real-life example in Nelson Mandela's forgiveness. Mandela's ability to forgive those who imprisoned and mistreated him was a profound act of reverse thinking. By choosing forgiveness over resentment, he transformed his pain into a source of strength and inspiration, fostering unity and reconciliation. Exercise. When faced with negative emotions, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, how can I use this energy in a positive way? This could involve channeling anger into creative pursuits, using frustration to fuel change, or finding empathy through personal pain. 3. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. Many of us carry limiting beliefs that hold us back. Reverse thinking invites us to challenge these beliefs and see beyond perceived limitations. Example: the programmer's pivot. A 34-year-old programmer, repeatedly rejected by employers, decided to pivot his career by offering specialized consulting services instead of traditional roles. By challenging the belief that he had to fit a predefined job mold, he created new opportunities and became highly sought after in his field. Exercise. Identify one limiting belief you hold about yourself or your situation. Ask, what if the opposite were true? Explore how this shift in perspective can open new paths forward. 4. Using reverse thinking to resolve conflict. Conflict often arises from entrenched positions and rigid perspectives. By applying reverse thinking, we can find creative solutions that satisfy all parties involved. Example, the old man and the noisy children. An elderly man used reverse thinking to resolve the noise disturbance caused by children playing near his home. Instead of confronting them, he rewarded them with candy, gradually reducing the rewards until they lost interest. This creative approach resolved the conflict without confrontation. Exercise. When facing a conflict, try to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Consider, what would I do if I were in their position? Use this insight to find mutually beneficial solutions. 5. Navigating career challenges with reverse thinking. Career challenges often involve navigating competition, setbacks, and changing industries. Reverse thinking allows us to identify new strategies and stand out in crowded fields. Example, standing out in a competitive market. Imagine a job seeker who is repeatedly overlooked despite strong qualifications. By using reverse thinking, they decide to showcase their skills through a unique project tailored to potential employers' needs. This sets them apart and leads to job offers. Exercise. If you're facing a career challenge, ask, how can I differentiate myself in a way no one expects? Consider creating a unique portfolio, offering a creative solution to an industry problem, or networking in unconventional ways. 6. Finding solutions in seemingly hopeless situations. Some situations may seem impossible to resolve. Reverse thinking encourages us to find unconventional solutions that others might overlook. Historical example, Tu Ma Kuang's quick thinking. When a child was trapped in a water jar, most people panicked, unable to think of a solution. Tu Ma Kuang, however, used reverse thinking by breaking the jar to free the child. His quick thinking saved a life. Exercise. In moments of crisis, take a step back and ask, what options haven't I considered because they seem too unconventional? Often, the most effective solutions lie beyond conventional thinking. 7. Transforming obstacles in relationships. Relationship challenges can be deeply emotional and complex. Reverse thinking can help us break destructive patterns and create healthier dynamics. Example, healing through communication. A couple facing constant arguments decided to approach their problems with reverse thinking. Instead of focusing on what each disliked about the other, they listed what they appreciated and committed to building on those strengths. This shift in perspective transformed their relationship dynamic. Exercise. If you're experiencing tension in a relationship, try flipping the narrative. Focus on what's working and how you can build on it, rather than solely addressing problems. 8. Building resilience through reverse thinking. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks stronger than before. Reverse thinking plays a crucial role in building this trait. Example, business failures leading to breakthroughs. Many successful entrepreneurs have failed multiple times before achieving success. By viewing each failure as a learning opportunity and adjusting their strategies, they build resilience and eventually succeed. Exercise. Reflect on a recent failure or setback. Ask, how can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, or more prepared for the future? 9. Embracing change and uncertainty. Reverse thinking thrives in environments of change and uncertainty. By embracing change rather than resisting it, we open ourselves to new possibilities. Example, adapting to industry changes. A professional facing industry disruptions used reverse thinking to pivot their career, acquiring new skills and entering a growing field. This adaptability ensured their continued success. Exercise. When faced with change, ask, what new opportunities does this create? Focus on the potential benefits rather than the perceived losses. 10. Creating win-win solutions. Reverse thinking often leads to win-win solutions by challenging traditional win-lose scenarios. Example, the buffet restaurant's incentive. A buffet restaurant used reverse thinking to reduce food waste by rewarding customers who didn't waste food. This transformed a negative into a positive outcome for both the business and its patrons. Exercise. When faced with a zero-sum conflict, ask, how can both parties win? Explore creative solutions that benefit everyone involved. Conclusion of Part 5. Overcoming obstacles with reverse thinking involves challenging assumptions, embracing unconventional solutions, and viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth. By applying this mindset to your life's challenges, you can transform obstacles into stepping stones and create meaningful change. In the next section, we'll explore how reverse thinking can be applied to specific areas of your life, offering practical exercises and inspiring stories to deepen your understanding. Stay tuned for more insights and strategies to master the art of reverse thinking. Part 6. Building a resilient mindset through reverse thinking. Harnessing the power of resilience with reverse thinking. Resilience is the ability to withstand, adapt, and grow in the face of adversity. It's a quality that allows people to bounce back stronger after setbacks, failures, or challenges. Reverse thinking plays a pivotal role in building this resilience by encouraging us to see adversity through a different lens and respond with creativity and flexibility. In this section, we'll explore how you can build a resilient mindset using reverse thinking, with practical steps, insights, and real-life examples. 1. Embracing failure as a pathway to growth. Failure is often viewed as a setback, but through the lens of reverse thinking, it becomes a valuable learning opportunity. Every failure offers lessons and insights that can guide us toward greater success. Example, Thomas Edison's resilience. Edison famously stated, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His ability to reframe failure as a necessary step toward innovation exemplifies the resilient mindset fostered by reverse thinking. Exercise. Reflect on a recent failure. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this experience? And how can I use this knowledge to improve future outcomes? Write down specific lessons and actionable steps. 2. Shifting perspective. Seeing challenges as catalysts for change. Challenges often push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to adapt and grow. By viewing challenges as opportunities for transformation, we can develop a resilient mindset. Example, career pivot during economic downturns. Many professionals have faced job losses during economic crises. Those who successfully pivot their careers often do so by embracing change and seeking out new opportunities, whether by learning new skills, entering different industries, or creating their own businesses. Exercise. Consider a current challenge in your life. Ask yourself, how can this situation push me to grow or change for the better? Make a list of potential positive outcomes and focus on pursuing them. 3. Developing emotional agility. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about navigating emotions effectively. Reverse thinking helps us transform negative emotions into powerful motivators for change. Example, transforming anger into motivation. A person who loses a job due to unfair treatment might use their anger as fuel to start their own business or advocate for workplace fairness. By redirecting emotions, they turn a negative experience into a positive outcome. Exercise. When you experience a strong negative emotion, pause and reflect on how you can channel that energy productively. Ask yourself, what can I create or change using this emotion as motivation? 4. Cultivating a growth mindset. A resilient mindset thrives on the belief that we can grow, change, and improve through effort and learning. Reverse thinking encourages us to see obstacles as temporary and solvable. Example, athletes overcoming injury. Many athletes who suffer severe injuries view their recovery as an opportunity to develop new skills or strengthen other aspects of their performance. By adopting this mindset, they often return stronger than before. Exercise. Identify an area of your life where you feel stuck. Apply reverse thinking by asking, how can this situation be an opportunity for growth? Plan actionable steps to develop new skills or perspectives. 5. Letting go of rigid expectations. Rigid expectations can lead to disappointment and frustration when things don't go as planned. Resilient individuals use reverse thinking to remain adaptable and open to new paths. Buddhist insight, non-attachment. Buddhism teaches the principle of non-attachment, which involves letting go of fixed outcomes and being present with what is. This mindset aligns with reverse thinking, allowing us to adapt and respond creatively to life's challenges. Exercise. When a plan falls apart, take a moment to let go of your initial expectations. Ask, what new opportunities might emerge from this situation? Consider alternative paths that may be even more rewarding. 6. Using setbacks as stepping stones. Reverse thinking turns setbacks into stepping stones by encouraging us to find meaning and value in difficult experiences. Example, Nelson Mandela's imprisonment. Mandela used his time in prison to strengthen his resolve, educate himself, and prepare for leadership. His ability to transform a setback into a platform for growth inspired millions. Exercise. Think about a setback you've experienced in the past year. Write down the ways it has shaped you or helped you grow. Consider how you can use this experience as a foundation for future success. 7. Building confidence through small wins. Resilience grows when we experience small successes that reinforce our ability to overcome challenges. Reverse thinking helps us break down large goals into manageable steps. Example, tackling a daunting project. Instead of viewing a massive project as overwhelming, break it into smaller, achievable tasks. Celebrate each milestone as a victory, reinforcing your confidence and momentum. Exercise. Identify a large goal you're working toward. Break it into smaller tasks and set achievable milestones. Use each completed task as a source of motivation and confidence. 8. Engaging in creative problem solving. Resilient individuals are often great problem solvers. Reverse thinking encourages creative approaches and out-of-the-box solutions. Example, the old man's peaceful resolution. An elderly man used reverse thinking to resolve a noisy neighborhood issue by rewarding children who played near his house, gradually reducing the rewards until they left voluntarily. This creative solution highlights the power of adaptability and thinking differently. Exercise. Choose a current problem you're facing. Brainstorm unconventional or reverse solutions that challenge the usual way of thinking. 9. Fostering a supportive community. Resilient people often draw strength from supportive relationships. Reverse thinking can help us approach relationships differently, fostering deeper connections. Example, building trust in teams. Leaders who use reverse thinking to empower their teams and encourage open communication often see stronger collaboration and trust. Exercise. Identify someone in your life with whom you'd like a stronger connection. Use reverse thinking by focusing on their needs and finding ways to support them first. This often creates a positive cycle of mutual support. 10. Practicing gratitude and reflection. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. Reverse thinking allows us to see challenges as blessings in disguise. Exercise. Each day, reflect on a challenge you faced and find one aspect of it for which you are grateful. Consider how it has helped you grow or see life differently. Conclusion of Part 6. Building a resilient mindset through reverse thinking requires a willingness to challenge norms, reframe setbacks, and embrace growth. By applying these principles, we can transform adversity into strength and create meaningful change in our lives. In the next section, we'll explore practical applications of reverse thinking in specific areas of life, offering deeper insights and actionable steps to help you continue your journey. Stay tuned for more strategies and inspiring stories that demonstrate the transformative power of this mindset. Thank you for watching this journey into the transformative power of reverse thinking. We hope that these stories, practical insights, and examples have opened new perspectives, inspiring you to approach challenges and opportunities in your life with creativity, resilience, and courage. Remember, every obstacle can become a stepping stone, and every setback an opportunity for growth.